Hello and welcome to Jammu Links in Conversation with series. Our guest of today is officiating as DIG Police, Jammu-Kathua Samba range. He has had a long and distinguished career as a public servant. Humility shines through his bureaucratic armor. His calm and non-assuming demeanour exudes the confidence of a man who very well knows how to put his intellect and position for innovative changes in the police force. It's an honor for us to have IPS Shri Ashkoor Ahmad Wani ji on the show. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing time for us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us what inspired you to be a police officer?
See, I was recruited in 1984. So at that time I had just completed my post graduation, and then I appeared in 82 only in Kashmir Administrative Services, and I got selected in the Kashmir Administrative Services, and therefore I got the cadre allotted as police. So that was my first interview, first ever exam in life. I qualified and I came in the police.
You always wanted to be a police officer, or?
Of course, before getting recruited, never, but then it came in way and we joined the police.
So you have more than 30 years of experience in serving the state in different parts. So how the perspective over the years have changed regarding police services? Like these days we follow you talk a lot on smart policing and all. So how the perspective have developed and changed over the years?
See, in Jammu and Kashmir police, if you see, right, when we came in police in 1984, after that there had been a major turmoil in militancy. So in militancy for the last about 25 years, we are in thick of the situation. So even when you look at the militancy side also, the things have moved gradually in a way that lot of things have to come in, lot of things have to go out, while adjusting the professional policing on the daily basis requirement. And it is the requirement of the time even today that the Jammu and Kashmir police has to balance the things in such a way that they have to handle the militancy on one front, on the other hand they have to go to the people with a lot of things which the modern society requires from the police, and of course then the conventional policing, then the cyber policing, then coming the information technology. All the things came accordingly on their times, and police has to adjust accordingly to carry on everything. So in that way police also attempt to align and adjust whatever comes in the way in terms of cyber crime, in terms of information technology, in terms of better policing, in terms of 21st century society and police coming together. So all this has to be done. Therefore a greater attempt is always being made by the police also to do.
You've just spoken about the terrorism and being at the anti-militancy front. You worked very closely in 1996 and 97 when you were posted in Budgam and Srinagar. You have been a part of a lot of neutralization operations also. So, you know, closely watching the militancy thing, do you somewhere feel that at times innocent lives willingly or unwillingly also gets allied towards terrorism?
See, militancy had been a very complicated subject. If you see, before 1995, a large number of people who joined militancy, they went en masse to across, then they got trained, then they brought weapons, and at that time willingly or unwillingly is not the question. People were willing to become militants in that time. So there had been a lot of recruitment, lot of people came in that. But once around 94, 95, the forces started getting realigned, and then it was neutralized in a big way. So a time came, if you see from 2000 afterwards up to 2010 or even up to this time, the trend of the youth to join militancy, it become very negligible. People then have nothing to do with this. Therefore, the things also improved a lot, that for the last 10 years, if you see the number of militants which we count, that now at the moment it is not more than 200 in the state. So it was that type of phenomena, that with lot of militants joining militancy in 1990, and then now at this stage the number has faded to almost elimination, or ultimately the people came down from this, and now I don't think there is so enthusiasm in the people to be militant.
So we see a lot of crime rate being increased in the city, especially say theft or drug peddling or accidents, rash driving accidents, drunken driving thing. So what issues should be there that a citizen should be concerned of, majorly concerned of?
See, the subjects which you have brought for discussion, drugs, then accidents, then other crimes. We run a site from our range police headquarters, is JKS RPHQ, and there is a Facebook page on which we are going in a big way to elaborate all these things to the people. There is a large number of people who are following our page also. So when you speak about drugs, this is one of the very crucial issue at the moment with which the society is confronted. And the worst thing is, previously it was noticed in the urban areas, but now it is making its inroads to the rural areas also. So this is one of the biggest challenge which we are facing at the moment, and it is not only the police which is the primary agency to handle it. This has to be handled by the society as a whole. Police, yes, as an agency to deal with this crime, we are registering large number of cases, making huge recoveries, making large number of arrests. This all is being done, and if you start looking year-wise data of the police, you will find that what was in 2014, now in 2016, it might have tripled. So that type of action, police is conscious of this and they are taking. But what is very important, that the people involved in this, the society has a major role. So every mother and father has to see that the strong Indian ethos, they must be kept intact. They should have a joint breakfast, joint dinner at least sitting on the table, so counting who's who and what they are doing. It will definitely help us.
So we also see that there's a lot of migration as far as labor people are concerned into the state. So are we doing any kind of identity checkups on them, to avoid any kind of infiltration situation that might occur because of the situation?
See, we have migratory population in the state with 2-3 aspects. If you see, we have some Burmese around, which is, of course, they are enlisted, they are registered people with the country, with the state, everywhere. But the problem is, those people, they come, they settle in a particular place, then after doing something, they go from one place to another. So of course, with that also some criminal activities get noticed, and there had been cases of theft, there had been cases of serious thefts which have been solved also. But that type of population is again a threat towards the crime. Then the other population which you speak, that we get from the UP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, they are coming as a laborer, and they are seasonal laborers. Once they feel that in Kashmir, in Jammu, in this season there will be work, the population comes, they work here, then they go back. It is that type. Some people who have permanently come and they start working here. That mechanism is also available with the police, but yes, it also keeps on increasing and decreasing, and sometimes such type of people also commit crimes, murders and other things. That is also, but police is trying its level best to keep a track on that.
Police does not have a very friendly image with the general public. Like for instance, if there's a road accident, one might not be able to help the victim because of the uncomfortable that may arise because of the police scrutiny of questions. So what is your take on the same, and what are authorities doing to counter the position?
Even today we feel, yes, there is somewhere a fear in the people that it is better to stay away from the police, which I feel, and which the police as an organization feels, that yes, this is a gap, and this gap needs to be shortened, this needs to be built up to assure the public that police is from the people, it is for the people, and it is of course only for the protection of the society. You speak about any problem, what is the issue where there is no police? Police is the first responder always. So why people don't think in this way, that good or bad, when there is somebody has died, police is there. When there is a marriage, even police go and congratulates. Police is present everywhere to address the issues of the society. But of course, beyond that, even society feels, yes, there is somewhere a gap. And that is only the endeavor of the police as a whole, as an organization, that that gap has to be bridged. And for that reason, lot of activities from the police station level to the Director General standard, the things are being carried out.
Eveteasing is another malicious provocation prevailing in the society, and women sometimes also feel harassed in some cases from the forces itself. So what is the authorities doing in regards to the same?
See, the crime against women as a whole, the police has a very serious look on that, and we have the mechanism in place that any crime committed against the women, it must be dealt on priority, and it must be dealt holistically to give full support and relief to the women. We always try to go all out, that whenever there are issues related to the women, we always handle it very seriously, and all the assistance is available, as we have dial 100 system available, and largely we receive lot of calls from the women there. We have dial 100 system, it is augmented by the ground formations where flying squads are available. Whatever the call comes, we respond to the people immediately, and that whatever the complaint is coming, that is responded within minutes, and it is being counted and recorded there. Even if somebody calls at the dead of night, and anybody can go and check after 1 month also, that what has happened to that call and how it was attended, who has attended it, who has done it. So there is a very quick mechanism to respond to the calls. Whenever women especially come with a complaint, the things are responded. Through your medium, I will again impress upon this, that dial 100 is one of the very quick means to communicate your grievances and to find the response in the quickest possible means.
We live in a state where internet ban is a very common thing happening to a first standard child to a 80-year-old man. So anything happens, like the recent Kashmir unrest or the Uri attack, or even if we sense some kind of tension which might or might not occur, the first thing administration does is ban the internet. So I mean, why is that? Is there no unity of command as far as handling the situation is there, or is internet ban stop certain things that helps the administration? The public really wants to know that why is the ban such a prevalent action in J&K?
See, when you talk about stopping internet very frequently, just try to see one thing, that everybody, right from a 10-year-old child to a 80-year-old old man, we are carrying mobile phone, and this mobile phone now 90% of the people have some application available, especially say WhatsApp. WhatsApp is one of the that means of communication in this system which really have the capability to flare anything very quickly, to communicate it very fast. So, we could feel for the last 2-3 years that whenever there had been a problem, the WhatsApp was the quickest possible means to take the issue to everybody where it was not required. And then not only the issue, but let us say somebody sitting 200 miles away from here, he generates some false report relating to any sacrilegious act, and then he puts it on WhatsApp. The people, not only that the act has happened or not, but it will go so fast that everybody will start following that, and there may be unnecessary tension, unnecessary communal violence, unnecessary many things which can take place. So, therefore, the best thing which the administration can use, that stop this, so that it is not communicated unnecessarily. So, WhatsApp has really solved many problems, but it has really added also to the problems, especially in the police, in terms of communal violence, in terms of law and order problems, where it was not need to be projected and where it would have not reached in the normal course of time. And in many cases there was no incident, it was rumor only, but by the time you could generate another message on the WhatsApp and made that this is a rumor, it cannot be changed on the same scale as it was being spread there. So, it is because of that we too feel too humble on this, and we feel that yes, this is inconvenience to the society, and especially when society is so prone to it. So, they feel so helpless on this, but it becomes very, very important for us, and we take it a last measure, not the first. Of course, for the last 2-3 months it has happened very repeatedly because of situation in Kashmir, then its fallout at certain places, but I wish it should not happen, the situation should not come up, and I hope that in the coming days it will improve.
You have hinted on rumor mongering and people paying heed to the same. So what role do you think media and citizens can play in maintaining law and order?
We request the media that media is a fourth pillar of democracy, and this fourth pillar of democracy have a very, very important responsibility also. Whatever they air out, they have to think twice that is it worth of it. Let us say something has happened, even if something has happened, there are ways and means to project it, and if you project it in that way that instead of adding fuel to the fire, you try to control the fire, you have put the news also and you have controlled the fire also. But I tell you, at many places the issues are being projected by media in such a way that it had been something and it was projected something, and that have created problems. So, I request media that you have a greater role in this, and they must, while projecting especially the things which cause such type of things which ultimately happen to be anti-national, it must be considered many times before putting on the slot that it is to be aired out.
Message for Jammu Links news viewers?
My message to Jammu people is, in the coming days lot of festivals are coming. So, I congratulate everybody on the coming festivals. It is Dussehra, Diwali, Navratras, then Muharram. Lot of festivals will be in this month. So, lot of congregations have to take place, lot of people have to go to the temples, to the other places. So, my request that they must go and enjoy all the festivals. We assure the security and safety of the people, but in reciprocation we expect that the people going to the various places, going to the crowds, they must look after around them. If they find something suspicious in terms of objects or human beings, please report it to police through dial 100. And there may be issues, so people must stay cool when there is a problem. They must trust to the police that they will handle to the best of their capabilities, and we assure our people that whatever the situation may be around, good or bad, we are in a position to handle it, and we have handled, we will be handling it.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your company. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Like Ashkoor ji said, that we must put our faith in our forces, in our police, and I hope that we will. Keep watching Jammu Links in Conversation with series, where we keep bringing you personalities of interest across the state. Take care and God bless.